Hello, how are you? This week's 5-point update. The 5 things I want to give you an update on, give you some info on, get you thinking about, and maybe you talk to me about it in the car and we sort of discuss it further. 5 things for this week then. Driving test consultation, and your views are being sought. The bad weather policy, the kind of practical steps you can take if you're taking lessons between, say, October and March, and the fact that the weather is changeable, and the things you can do to make it a little bit easy for yourself. The test waiting times, where we are with them, and the content changes, the updates, and the kind of things I've got planned for this that may be really what you want and may give you more insight and more info. So the 5 things for this week then. Driving test consultation. So the DVSA are report to the Ministry of Transport, and that's a branch of the government, and they want to make some changes to driving tests. And if you've been following the channel and reading your WhatsApp, you'll know there's some changes that are taking place already. So this is a consultation to see if they can get the minimum amount of time between you passing a theory and being able to take a driving test into law. Currently you could, in theory, pardon the pun, pass your theory on the 1st of January, go home, go online, oh my god, there's a driving test for the 2nd of January, book a driving test and take it on the 2nd of January and have never had a lesson. That's actually possible. What they're trying to do is reduce road deaths, improve the quality of people that take tests, reduce the time it takes to wait for a test, and have it that candidates only need 1 try. That's the dream. And so it sounds a bit strange, the plan, given where we are, but this is it. The plan is, I guess to give it an example, is you take your theory and pass it on the 1st of January. Then you can't have a driving test until 6 months later, say 1st of July. And that in the meantime, you take all the lessons that you needed and you would be right standard and you'd pass first time. That's their plan. And the details of how you can express your view, I put them out on WhatsApp. They're going to be in this channel in the footnotes, the comment section. You press on it and it'll find it for you. I'd encourage you, have your say, because even if it don't affect your test, because your test is really soon, friends, family, big sister, little sister, they might have to suffer these changes, and maybe you don't agree with them, maybe you do, I don't know, but I'd encourage you to express your view, because they're going to go and do what they want anyway. Number 2, so the bad weather policy, it gets shared on WhatsApp from me to you a number of times. If you want it because you've lost it, I'll send it to you, but essentially I take into account what the weather says, and some weather updates are more critical than others, so that we got the amber update, we've got the red update. The red update's the worrying one, because that's that potentially there's serious risk of loss of life from wind and snow and rain and whatever, flooding. So I have to be mindful of what the advice is, because I don't want to get in an accident, I don't want you to get in an accident, I don't want my car off the road for 8 weeks or more because someone hit us and we were being careful, but we went out and drove in conditions that weren't wise. So if you want the details of it, then do have a read. It does mean potentially that lessons can get cancelled on the day, because it's so dangerous, slippy, snowy, icy, whatever, it isn't wise to proceed. I take my advice from the DVSA in as much as they cancel tests, and that's usually a barometer that it's time to think about doing something different and cancelling lessons. So if you want fuller info, ask me and I'll send it to you again. Winter driving. So if you drive between, let's say, October and March, the sun sits lower in the sky for the entire day. And if you've got an afternoon session especially, and depending on which direction we travel in, the sun's coming back down. So it can be right in your eyes the entire time you're driving. I would encourage you to get some sunglasses, whether they are prescription because you wear glasses or contacts, or whether you don't need glasses but you buy yourself a $5.99 pair of sunglasses. I don't mind. But for those that have prescription glasses, maybe put your contacts in and then pop your regular Joe sunglasses over the top, or buy yourself a pair of prescription sunglasses, because at some point when you're going to drive, you're going to need them, so why not have them? It makes such a difference to be able to, in an instant, for example, you're driving, you start your lesson with them on your head, you look cool like you're going on holiday, but then, oh Jesus, the sun's in my eyes, and just poof, straight down, job done. You can reach for the sun visor, but it's only so good. I'll borrow you a pair of cheapo sunglasses that I keep in the car if you want, but it really is a good idea that you bring your own. I encourage you to bring sunglasses with you October till March. It sounds daft, look at the rain outside and the snow, but if you drive in it, it really does put you off in terms of you can't see, and if you can't see, you might have an accident, mightn't you? Test waiting times still 6 months or so. Now and then a few pop up before, but 6 months, God, Jesus. So we've got to get the theory test passed, we have got to get the lessons booked, we have got to really knuckle down and get ready, because you know, where are we now? January, we're tipping into, you know, looking at February. Let's say February book test, that's August. I mean, we're nudging towards the end of the year here. So let's get that done. And preparation and practice is the way forward. It isn't going to get any better any soon in terms of the weight. So let's try and make the best of it by being as ready as possible as soon as we can with lessons and preparation and study, so that if any opportunity for me to get you an early date comes up, we can do it. Upcoming content, I've got some guests lined up who are specialists in their field, who know loads about their given subject or their work or their sort of hobby or their passion, and it's all driving related, and they've all agreed to share their time to give you knowledge and to give you some support in areas that are really helpful. And I'm really hopeful that you'll love it. I'll start publishing it from next week onwards. So that's it. I failed in my 5-minute target again. I'm sorry. It says 6.5 on the thing, but I'm getting better. 5 things then. Driving test consultation. Check WhatsApp. Ask me if you can't find it. Vote on it. Read it. Reply to it. It's going to affect your test, maybe. It's definitely going to affect someone you know. Tell them how you feel. Bad weather policy. If you want the full details, ask me and I'll send it. But pretty much, if the weather's that dire that test gets cancelled, I probably will cancel lessons. I'll put your lesson back into another day, but I can't run the risk of us having an accident, somebody that's careless hitting us, and then if my car is off the road for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, somebody's gonna have to take their test in a car they've never seen before, and that's not fair to them, because the last thing you want is me to turn up on test day with a brand new different car. It can put you off. Don't want to do that to you if I can avoid it. Sunglasses, get some, wear them, bring them with you on lessons, please. Test waiting times still horrendous, 24 weeks. Content's coming up on the channel that's going to be helpful. I really encourage you to use it and to get the best out of it. If you've got any suggestions about what you want to see, things you want me to cover, let me know and I'll try and do my best to help you. As ever, thank you for letting me help you. I know you've got loads of choices and who you could use, and I'm really glad that we're working together. This is the year, hopefully, we achieve, get the words out, achieve your driving dream. I'll work hard at this as you will, and I'll certainly do my bit. What you can do is study like a lunatic. If you're waiting for a theory test, study like your theory test is tomorrow. Practice as much as possible, whether that's family car with me, whether you watch the videos on the apps that I send you, study books, whatever. Be as knowledgeable as you can. Test waiting times are covered, and then content's coming up as well. So thank you. I will see you the next time we're in the car. Okay, bye.